I had this kind of funny skit, not necessarily written, but it was in my head, as a lot of my videos are, about this big earthquake that hit the state of Maine today that apparently even I could feel. I didn't feel anything. To be honest with you, the story is kind of funny. I was at work up front, bullshitting with my manager, and all of a sudden, one of the other store owners comes running in. He says, "Did you feel that?" Now, me and my manager, we looked at each other, just trying to figure out. I figured someone hit the building or something. He says, "The ground shook." He says, "It was an earthquake, worst I'd ever felt since I've been up here." Let me explain something to you, alright? In Maine, we don't have earthquakes. We get slight tremors every once in a while, but we don't feel them. You know, they'll measure like a 1 or a 0.5 on the scale, but they don't ever exceed that. Well, apparently in Waterboro, which is just a couple miles, about 45 minutes that way from me, up over there, they had an earthquake, which measured a 4.7. I can't remember on the earthquake scale if a 4.7 is bad or if it's moderately alright. Either way, it was enough to shake houses, women, children, barns. You get what I'm saying. So, anyways, of course, all of a sudden there was breaking news, which never happens up here. Like, literally, we have eyewitness news, alright? I need to put this in perspective for you because I'm not trying to cut anyone down when I say this. As far as the state goes, Maine can be split into two separate states, alright? You've got the north, which is not really, that's where you find your potato farmers and your typical rednecks. And then you got the southern end, where I live, which I wouldn't say we're necessarily smarter. They got the street smarts up there. We kind of got the book smarts down here. This is where a lot of the business is, so on and so forth. Well, breaking news, like I said, we have the eyewitness news. We got CBS. And literally breaking news for us is like Janine in the mailroom broke a fingernail. And this is how ridiculous our breaking news is. So when we actually have breaking news that not only CBS covers, but NBC and ABC, locally, anyways, I'm not talking nationally, we get excited, especially when it's actual breaking news. This was ridiculous, alright? Like, literally, the earthquake knocked over some lawn furniture and some Halloween decorations. But it was breaking news because, well, we never have earthquakes. So I joined this Facebook group that called I Survived the Earthquake of 10/16/2012. People posting stupid pictures, and your typical, Facebook page. So, I was just reading on the page. Like I said, I already had a skit in my head of basically what I wanted to do, and I'd actually already shot a couple versions of it, and my phone made a notification noise, so I went to see what it was. It was something about that page. Someone said something. So I'm reading this comment, and they said, "Alright, so, this is ridiculous," they says. "You guys are making a joke out of an earthquake." She says, "Earthquakes happen every day." She says, "And a lot of people get hurt because of earthquakes, and you guys are just making a big joke out of this. Don't you remember 9/11? Don't you remember Katrina? Don't you remember the tsunami? Don't you remember this? Don't you remember that? Listen, dearie, let me put something in perspective for you. Let me give you our point of view. Because apparently one of your friends from Maine decided that they were going to join the group. It showed up in their news feed. So you decided you'd check out the group yourself. And apparently you don't have all the facts. There was some damage and devastation. No one lost their lives, all right? We were standing outside, dearie, all right? Standing outside. When all of a sudden this rumbling came through the land. Sounded like one of them semi-tractor trailer things, anyways. So, all of a sudden the ground, it starts shaking back and forth, up and down. Not bad. Enough to make you think that the freight train was going by. But the worst part of it was, dearie, acorns started falling from the tree. Got me right on the head. I got a bump right there. So there was some devastation there. So you don't have to worry your little heart and think that we're making fun of this, because I was a casualty. Really, it's just a fun group. Why do people always have to sit there and go, well, a lot worse things has happened than this? Come on. Smile. Have some fun. The world isn't supposed to end for roughly another 93 days. Can we just enjoy our last few moments here on Earth? Please. Thank you. My name is John Jacobs, and I approve this message.